Hello everyone, and welcome to the Archaeogaming Museum, where today we're back with another Archaeogaming Let's Play, COVID Tale Ignorance. Now, this video is another in our series of looking at games that are created about or inspired by COVID-19 and the years 2020 and 2021. And before we go too much further, I just want to put a mature content warning out there that this video is not suitable for young children and may contain images or language that others may find distressing. So if you think this applies to you, then I give you warning now that you should probably stop watching this video. With that out of the way, just as a little reminder, in this series we're looking at games about COVID-19 pandemic in the years 2020 and 2021 and how they might be used as artifacts in the future by future archaeologists, future historians, future researchers, trying to learn or find out more information about COVID-19 and 2020. Looking at games as artifacts is part of what we do in Archaeogaming, and how useful potentially they can be, especially ones which are about real life events and real life issues. We are now at a really, great place in history where we can create games, video games, really quickly that immediately reflect real world happenings, real world issues, as little capsules in time as the events are happening. COVID Tale Ignorance itself is a game that makes it very clear that it is a satire game, but with a very important message. So that being said, let's take a closer look exactly what it is about, and then get on with having a look at the game itself. So let's have a look at the game's Steam page. For a bit more of a clue before we start. So, discover truths about COVID-19 according to the internet, and the internet never lies, right? Play a witty story of how it all may or may not have happened. So again, it's putting it out there that this is, a witty story. It's designed to be to reflect real world issues, and real world things, but it is supposed to be witty. It's supposed to be satire. Reviews. This is how you waste your life. Developer's grandmother. Fake, says the USA, and no one is going to actually review this, says the developer. Even the developer's having fun with the reviews. That is, I do like that. That's a witty comment on game making, and also about what the game is about. So, relive the COVID-19 events from different perspective, namely in the third-person perspective and behind your computer. Sit back and find out how it may or may not have happened. You'll be playing as different characters in a story-driven adventure which sums up the events that happened so far. Play familiar mini-games while unravelling how it could have happened, according to a scientist, internet, Hollywood, etc. It has a sketch-like feeling, but it maintains a story arc from start to finish. At the end, we will reveal how it actually happened. Key features include non-combat story-driven experience, tolerable pixel art graphics, familiar but sometimes clunky minigames. It's a classic RPG Maker game without the RPG element, inappropriate politically incorrect humour, and around 30 plus minutes of playtime, depending on your skill, will probably be a bit longer for me. And then a disclaimer at the bottom saying, I do realise that COVID-19 is a serious matter. Many people are suffering because of it. Don't underestimate it. Follow the instructions of the World Health Organization to protect yourself and others. Like the game, find more about personalised games like this at B-Day Game website. Well, we may have a look at that at the end. So this is a free-to-play game on Steam. Released in June 2020. by bdgames.com. So, as I said, we'll be looking at this, we'll be playing the game, looking at it from an Archaeogaming perspective, looking at it as an artifact of COVID-19 and of 2020. So, with that being said, without beating around the bush any further, let's jump into the game. Let's turn the volume on. Has quite a nice soundtrack. And we'll start from the beginning. COVID-19 is a serious matter. We don't want you to underestimate it. Our hearts are with everyone who has been suffering because of it. But don't also forget to have some fun. Very important. All events in this game are fictional. Almost. Enjoy the game. Well, hopefully we will. TV News, COVID-19 special. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. There is something that we are more afraid of than aliens, car crash, tiny hands, or pineapple on pizza. And it's not a re-election of the fat blonde politicians either. We all know what it is. In today's special, we will sum up all the information there is on COVID-19 so far. Our trustworthy source is the internet, and the internet never lies, right? At the very end of this episode, we will show you how it actually all happened. This is how scientists want you to think it happened. Somewhere in China in 2019. Coming out bad. Well guys, I have to tell you something. I'm not interested in bats. Well, it's dealing with important social issues. That's good. Yeah, there I said it. I have to go and find my true love. Don't we all? Actually, I'm very lucky and I've already found mine. Movement arrow keys, space action button, sprint shift. If you're chicken, page up for cheat. Well, we'll see how far we get. Oh, hello, Mr. Chicken. Hey! You're a nice chick, but you're not my type. Sorry. Aww. Don't be sad, chicken. You'll find someone too. Hey, girl. I'm sorry, but it would never work for us. Aww. Oh, what again? Ooh, what is that? It's a mousy ratty thing. It's a rat. And a pile of blood by the looks of it. Ugh. You're like me, but without wings. Sexy. Let me show you the world, you sexy fluff. A whole new world. After pretty heated bat-rat kissing, bat's now green. You make me so happy. Aw, that's so cute. I know, I love you too, and I wanted to ask you, will you? Aw, what happened? Pear fills. And that's how you catch and kill a bat. Oh, the love was cut short. So sad. And this is how you eat it raw. That's not a good idea. Ugh. Don't forget, improvise, adapt, overcome. See you in the next episode. Wow. Beijing, China, a few weeks later. What is it? Sir, there's a new version of SARS. People are dying again. So? It is most likely that the virus started here in China. It can spread really fast. What should we do? Haven't you learned anything from Chernobyl on HBO? Reference. I have to say, this game does have a lot of cultural, social, gaming, I guess tropes isn't really the right word, but references is probably better. We'll lie about it, of course. But sir, I saw the virus. You didn't see the virus. You didn't, because it's not there. And don't say otherwise or you'll lose your social credit points. Just bullying. I have to do something. I should gather evidence and tell the world about it. That's important. Good to do the right thing. There must be some evidence. I should put together all the clues and share them with the world. Virus test lab, pair up the clues. So this is a pair up style game. There we've got little that. What about here? Broken something, chemistry set. A book. Let's have a look. Ah, there we go. That's complete by accident. Oh. That one was right next to each other. That was nice and easy. Another book. What about down here? Nope, that's a teddy. That's some broken glass. Oh, there's some broken glass. Oh yes, we know what this one is. This one is a lab set. Like that one. Ah, no, but we do know where that other mouse is. No, that was a bear. Which was also down here. There we go. So this was the mouse. Let's go down here. I used to be addicted to these styles of games, to sort of match for puzzles. I already knew what that one was. That definitely wasn't it. Don't know why. I guess because they're quite simple. And, you know, that describes me quite well, I guess. It's blood. Gross. But I guess once you've played one of these types of games, you've really played them all. But, you know, it's nice to relive some old favourites. There we go. Hopefully we've gathered enough evidence. That should be enough to sound the alarm. I hope it's not too late. I hope so too, but I have a bad feeling. Despite the doctor's early warning, COVID-19 managed to spread all over the world. A few months later in every country. It's everywhere! All the affected countries are in desperate need of face masks, respirators, lung ventilators, and for some bizarre reason, a toilet paper. A toilet paper? What, just for one? Well, actually, just a one. At one point, just one piece of toilet paper would have been quite valuable. It seems like it's more important than food and water. Shouldn't we try to make a bigger stock? Nah, we don't need to do that. 2 weeks later in every country. I do like the soundtrack for this game. And music shows. Music video time. I can't get no disinfection. I can't get no respirator. But I try and I try and I try. But I can't get no. I can't get no. When I was trying to visit my pa, I heard some info on the radio that face masks stop saliva drops. That's useful information to wear a face mask for protection. But I can't get no. No, 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 no. Hey, that's what I say. I can't get no ventilator. Poop kid, I feel sorry for you. I can't get no toilet paper. But I try and I try and I try. But I can't get no, 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 no. I can't sing, that may have been obvious. response of leaders in every country. And we're closing the borders. It is one of the essential things to do to prevent COVID from spreading. Any more questions? Global TV here. I have a question for you. We are in desperate need of basic medical supplies. We don't have enough face masks, respirators and ventilators. There are empty shelves in the shops. Why didn't you try to make a bigger stock when you saw what was happening in other countries? This is clearly a situation that no one could foresee. We are doing our best. We just ask you to have a little faith in us. That was definitely misplaced, if we did. And then the charity started. Italy had the hardest time at first. Raise money for Italy by the old-fashioned way. Suddenly, this is the COVID version of Mario. Gotta collect these coins. Woohoo! Congratulations, you picked up all the coins. So there's our Mario level. TV News COVID-19 special. And we're back in the studio. Here are some of the facts about COVID-19. COVID-19 attacks your respiratory systems, can cause fever, tiredness, dry cough, aches, and pains, nasal congestion, runny nose, sore throat, or diarrhea. Do not confuse the symptoms from watching the new Star Wars films. I don't know why some people are so much down on new Star Wars films. I really enjoyed them. As far as we know, cats can't get infected. They are either immune or they simply don't care. That does sound like cats. COVID-19 has a long list of what it can do to you. Its possibilities are scary. Some influencers are commenting on its power. PewDiePie. Yeah, it's very good. You feel pretty powerful, huh? But can you do this? Yeah. Here's a big question. Is it even possible to avoid getting the virus? We are about to find out. I'm about to try it myself. Game are we going to have yet? Don't let the coronavirus get you. Gather the breadcrumbs. Of course it's a Pac-Man level. It's got to have a Pac-Man level, I guess. It's kind of the game that sort of... I was never any good at Pac-Man, but sort of the situation that kind of you might expect to have a Pac-Man level. I've already messed this up. As I said, I was never any good at Pac-Man, but let's try that again. I didn't want a new game. No. No, stop that. Stop that. Stop that. I can't quit yet. I'm going to have to skip through all this and get to the first bit so I can go back to the main menu. Oh, that wasn't embarrassing at all. Right. There we go. Back to doing the Pac-Man. Try actually using some actual Pac-Man strategy here. Oh no, that wasn't a good Pac-Man strategy. We'll try it once more. I did actually play this game back after it first came out and kind of forgot what it what it was about, you know, in a bad way. Just a lot of stuff has happened since then, and I do remember being able to actually beat this level without having to cheat. So let's go this way. Go up this way. Get him to go that way. There we go. Oh, that was almost a mistake. Oh, no. Okay. Once more. I'm not going to let this beat me. But I may just have to skip this. See how much I can actually get before activating. I know this is not the best strategy. I never actually claimed to be any good at gaming. You know. There we go. If I get him this way. No, okay. It does, when he talks about clunky mechanics, does seem to be, because the exact sensitivity of these seem to be slightly variable. I just proved it is possible. Yeah, we totally proved that. COVID is all over the world. Borders are closed and some people are forced to stay in home quarantine. That has a major influence on some people and businesses. Medical supply companies when all the countries need them. Everyone needs our products now. Let's increase the prices because we can. That's capitalism for you. I mean, what? Sorry. Goethe took derp. Media are full of the virus. Goethe, how dare you, COVID? You stole my childhood. You stole my thunder. You regret it. I have to think about something quickly to retake the spotlight. I think that's slightly unfair, but, you know, it's very memey, I guess. Cats. Again, just cats, just not given. Wall Street after the virus hits the economy. Finally, an opportunity we've been waiting for. The best one since the big financial crisis in 2008. People smuggling after restrictions. What? 2 meters from each other, closed borders and a quarantine? Yeah, I feel totally bad for the people smugglers and how bad they were hit by COVID. Totally. Cat's still not given an absolute. So I self-censor myself. People are watching more than ever. Those people are making us rich. Self-censorship. Censorship. Celebrity troubles after closing salons and gyms. My hair is too long. And my colour is fading. Your hair is too long? I've not had a haircut since 2019. I can't make videos. I can't make videos looking like this. Look at me. I need to go to the gym. I'm running out of old photos to post on Instagram. People will find out how fat I really am. Cats, psst, just still not caring. Can we protect ourselves? Yes, we can. Many people claim they know how, but do they really? Let's find out. Street quiz, question people about the virus. Save your game. This isn't good social distancing. Hello, sir. Can I ask you something? Of course. What do you do when you sneeze? I sneeze freely. How far can my droplets fly? I cover my neck. Let's go for sensible-ish option. Ugh. At least he turned away when he did that. Hello, pretty lady. Can I ask you a question? Oh, of course you can. Social distancing is very important, but what is the minimum distance from people? Correct. You can practice it with me if you want. Hello, sir. I have a question for you. Why is it important to wear a mask? It protects other people from my droplets. Let's go for that. Correct. It's very important to protect others as well as yourself. Hey, it's Bruce Wayne, it's Batman! You shouldn't change right in the middle of the street like that, Batman. We all now know who you are. Hello, sir. Some couples don't have enough time for themselves before, others have too much time for themselves now. When quarantine is over, will there be more divorces or pregnancies? Well, what do we think, folks? Well, there we go. Hello, citizen. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? Oh, it even has Monty Python references. Fantastic. Which one? And that ends our street questions for today. USA situation. Well, that escalated quickly. Switching coffee for water. Just bear with me one moment. There we go. Always talking is making me thirsty. USA 2018, Mr. President. Trumpet. We don't need a pandemic response team. I'm firing them. You're fired. USA 2020, Mr. President. Whole world is panicking. Coronavirus is fake. It's just weak flu. We are okay. Very soon after. We are facing a pandemic. We are closing the borders because everyone else is doing it. So, are you saying that you were wrong? You fake news media are going crazy. No. If you'd be better reporter, you know that I was not. Do better job. Sorry, losers and haters, but my IQ is one of the highest, and all you know it. Please don't feel so stupid or insecure. It's not your fault. We are doing what is best for our people. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Thank you, Kanye. Very cool. Ah, more cultural references. We now have time to speculate how this all started. There are some interesting theories. How the USA think it's happened. The virus is originally from China. It was purposely created to hurt us. How China thinks it happened. The virus is originally from the USA. It was purposely created to hurt us. How religious people think it happened. It's Judgment Day. We will face punishment for all the sinners. Again, don't you say that every year since 1999? This time it's real. Yeah, although I'm actually surprised by how little Doomsday there were actually. How it is reasonable to think it happened. I've created a nasty virus today. What is it? It's a new version of SARS. I call it COVID-19. Catchy name. I hope you didn't forget to disinfect everything again like you did last time. This reminds me of the Big Bang Theory episode. Shit. How Hollywood thinks it's happened. Here's the copy of the virus. It's been developed to spread quickly. And here's the cure. We've already infected that agent's girl and released her in Sydney. And now it's up to us to distribute it all over the world. We'll get rich by selling the cure. Don't disappoint me. Lucky. You can count on me. I can't believe that the Mars trick worked again. Ethan Hunt. Very good. I have to get this cure before it's too late. Oh, we're about to enter another game. Save your game. Looks like we are. Bring her a cure before she gets too sick. Lol. I hate these style games. All my worst games rolled into one game. Again, we'll try once more. But yeah, this is absolutely my worst style of game. What? How did I hit that? I was miles from it. At least they admitted in the description of the video that the mechanics for the games are a bit clunky, so at least I have excuses. Oh, you can. Oh no, you can't click. You can only click on. You can only click on that bit. I thought, oh, clicking that'd make it a lot more easier, but no. So you know, at least it's not totally my fault. It's not racing drivers' excuses. Oh, I can actually. That's interesting. I actually have time to pause by doing this. I wonder if that was a designed... Okay, we're just going to continue with that because that game is really annoying me. I only cheated on 2 of the games. So, you know, I don't feel too bad. Got to the cure. She got the cure and they lived happily ever after. Ah. Until the next movie came out. Well, yeah. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Now you see the truth about COVID-19. How it actually happened and why. You have one new email. I wonder what that's about. Blah, 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 blah. Please forward this letter to 10 other people or something terrible will happen. What a... I'm not doing that. Thanks for playing. Had fun? I can make a game like this featuring you and your friends. That's cool. See their mind blown when they receive this gift. That's pretty cool. And again, I really love this music. That's why I'm just listening to credits, because I really like the theme. And it's royalty free. So, what did you think of that game? I have to say, I enjoyed it. Certainly the games that I could actually complete by myself without having to resort to cheating. But as I said, I never claimed to be any good at gaming. But I do like the music. I'm just going to turn it off for a moment. So, COVID tail ignorance. It is, as a game, it is very interesting from an Archaeogaming perspective. With most of the other games we've looked at, they barely mention COVID-19 at all. One which deals with social distancing is just called distancing, and although refers to a pandemic, doesn't refer to COVID by name. Similarly in Pandemic Love, doesn't refer to COVID directly. Same with Pixel Poops. Poop on 2020 Simulator does, for the most part, and especially in the bonus secret audio commentary track, and talks a little bit about it there. But COVID Tale Ignorance is the only one which sort of deals with about COVID and explores, the reason behind COVID and some of the ideas that were being perpetuated by the news and by other people, by the internet, by Facebook, by loads of other people. So as a resource, it's actually quite useful from an archaeologist's point of view, because it has what is most important to archaeologists is what we call context. It fits. It's sealed within the thing that it is about. It has context about why it was developed within the game, in the credits and bits and pieces like that. And the real world event it is referencing is mentioned specifically, and although satirically presented, does have some truth behind it. Just like with nearly all history are just people's interpretations of events that happened around them, and often not actually written directly at the time, or not always anyway. Okay, that's probably a misrepresentation. There's a lot of historical accounts which are written at the time, but if you go deep into history, a lot of them are written not at the time, or a few years after, or whatever. And are often second, third-hand accounts when you're talking about ancient history. But that's not the discussion for this video. What is good about COVID, about the game, is that it was able to directly reference what was going on at the time. It was made at the time these things were happening, and people were able to experience the game as well at the time that the things were also happening. So not only was it developed, it was released, and the design target audience could actually look at it and experience it whilst it was being released. We are in a great time where we can share information immediately all the way around the world to let people know how we feel through social media, let people know news, and even create games which deal with some quite serious and quite difficult issues which affect a lot of people. Small games like this now, although they're not easy to create, they're easier to create than previously. So, COVID Tale Ignorance dealt with those important issues. It dealt with the several different ideas about COVID, about it being developed in a lab, either by the USA or by China, to affect the world, or to certainly affect each other. The idea about contaminated meat. The idea that it was a hoax. The idea that it was just flu. It dealt with all the different sort of ideas that were coming out and really making it difficult for people to deal with what was going on, because there was so much misinformation at the time, and there still is to a certain extent, especially with vaccines. Just get vaccinated, please. If you can, get vaccinated. So, yes, it is satirical. Yes, it is presented in a witty way. Sometimes that's a good coping mechanism. You take something serious and, you make... Oh, just started the music up again. And you make it slightly more lighthearted to make it easier to digest. So, is it a useful artifact? Well, like with everything, yes and no. Yes, because it has a greater context. No, because, well, not necessarily no, but can games ever be a reliable source? What do you think? If you were a future archaeologist and you saw this, what would you think about COVID if this was one of the few sources you had to go on. You knew there was a pandemic, roughly, you know the rough year, but you didn't know necessarily what caused it or what. Do you think this would be useful? Do you think this would be a useful artifact? The game is also interesting from an Archaeogaming point of view, the fact that it has a very retro aesthetic. It plays on a lot of different game styles, traditional gaming styles like Mario, Pac-Man, various puzzles and racing style games from the 80s and 90s. So, you know, it is like a love letter to old arcade and computer games as well, just like Pixel Poops claimed it was. So yeah, really, that's all I really have to say about COVID-19 Tale Ignorance at the moment. I do plan to do a more of a summary video when we've looked at all the games I've wanted to look at in this series, which might be end with COVID Tale Ignorance. I need to have a look around and see if there's any others that I think are worthwhile covering. If you've got any suggestions about games about 2019 or COVID that you think might make a good video or fit in with the theme for these series, then please put it in the description. But what I just want to check out is what the developer mentioned about creating personalized games. Let's actually check out his website. As it's a free game, it's good to do a shout out. But just to let you know, this video, as always, is not sponsored in any way. I'm just doing this for the love of doing the videos, and it is a passion of mine. And, you know, trying to promote archaeogaming as a very serious study in archaeology, which of course it should be considered so. And is starting to gain, you know, a proper footing in that regard. But let's have a look at his website, BD Games. So about me. Hey there, I'm Peter. It all started when I was thinking about a gift for my wife's birthday. Since I've been working in the gaming industry for some time, I thought, hey, I could make a game tailored just for her, and so I did. She absolutely loved it, and told her friends about it. Not long after that, I had requests to do the same for her friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, and families. My wife is a graphic designer. We've joined forces, and now we're offering to share that happiness with others. So that's quite cool. That's cool. I like that idea. That's a really nice idea. And again, you know, this is the kind of thing that we can do now. You know, it's easier to create games and to have this kind of create these kind of games in these kind of style frames and make them very personalised for people. That's really cool, like a personal artifact. That's really cool. Well, if you're interested in that, I'll put a link to this website also in the description of the video. So yeah, thank you for watching. I would certainly recommend checking out COVID Tale Ignorance if you enjoy sort of retro classic style arcade and computer games from the sort of 80s and 90s. It's free on Steam. I'll put a link again to its page in the description. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell to find out when I upload. Again, the next video coming out on the channel will probably be a continuation of the RuneScape Archaeology series, skill series we've been looking at, which will be out towards the end of the week. So, until then, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye.